After that, we had our last man standing match.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Roman, KO, Kevin Owens. Give me your thoughts.
I liked it a lot. But, like, it was funny. We joked about it before we went on air. We were like, are we honestly knowing that this is a foregone conclusion? that Roman's going to keep the belt and we're just watching how the story's told?
Yes. That's exactly what we said.
But I'll tell you, they told it so well that it made it very questionable that you thought Roman was going to walk out with it multiple times.
Well, the spot with the handcuffs.
Yeah, the spot with the handcuffs, I was like, wow.
That was
well done.
That was genius.
That was really well done. That was towards the end. When the poor ref just got his face domed right into the thing. But no one gave a crap about him.
That's right, but then they botched it as Paul Heyman's trying to uncuff Roman, and he's clearly on the ground for longer than 10 seconds.
Yeah, I know. The other thing is, too, I think they really botched that part only because Paul Heyman was really struggling trying to get him out of those cuffs. I think like Kevin Owens put him over too far, or didn't put it, or put him at a weird angle, and Paul Heyman's like trying. It looked like they were putting IKEA furniture together. Like they were having so much trouble with those pillars. But the match itself was brutal.
Sure was.
And it was my favorite encounter between the two of them so far in this recent feud.
Yeah.
Because the cage was all right, and then the one that he had. At TLC was okay.
One thing I give this feud credit is the creative ways,
the longevity,
it lasted about 3 pay-per-views, so I'd say
it's been over 3 pay-per-views. I would say I think it's been 3.5.
But the creative booking and the finishes, I'm a fan of all of them.
Yeah, I am too. I've been really happy with it. I've been really happy with the right move right now. As I said, 2020 did some really weird things, including make me a Roman Reigns fan. I've always thought Roman Reigns is great, and he is. He's been great since FCW. But my problem was the way he was booked. I despised the John Cena superhero booking where he's shoved down your throat every which way. And the thing is, unlike Cena, Roman is just not that believable as a super nice guy in the ring. Like, he looks like a killer. The thing I always liked about Roman in the Shield was Roman was the silent guy when Seth and Dean were doing promos most of the time. Roman would just be that guy who comes out, wrecks your ass, and leaves. Like, that's the way I always wanted Roman booked. So then when we got Paul Heyman as the mouthpiece, I was like, I didn't know how it was going to go. At first I was like, well, this is awkward because they spent the whole feud with each other.
Yeah, I'm just didn't mean to cut you off.
That's okay.
But would you have liked to see this Roman Reigns with Paul Heyman in his corner defeat The Undertaker at the WrestleMania?
Fuck yeah. That would have been great. I would have rather see this is the kind of okay, I'm glad you brought that up. If I got this Roman at WrestleMania 30 versus Taker.
No, not at WrestleMania 30. I think it was WrestleMania 33.
Yeah, that was 33 was when they went against. Yeah, so this is what I said. This is when the streak I always wanted it held to. I either wanted The Undertaker to leave with the streak or give it up to something like this. Okay. And Brock Lesnar never needed it. He never needed it. It was just one of those. They've even said, if you watch The Last Ride, it was kind of like a fly-by-night, last-minute booking change that McMahon was just like, we're going to throw it on Brock. And to me, to this day, it was still a stupid move. It was still a very stupid move. But had you had, like, Roman go into WrestleMania as this character in WrestleMania 33 with Paul Heyman at his side and Undertaker still undefeated, which would have put him at what? 22 or 23 and 0. It would have put him at 23 and 0. Well, no, he would have been 22 going into 23 and 0. I would have bought the shit out of that, and I would have said, okay, this would have been great. Now I could see Taker losing because Paul Heyman's such a strategist, and then you got a young Roman Reigns, and if you booked him in the tribal chief gimmick, it would have been amazing.
So from here, which I rated this match a 3 count as well.
Absolutely a 3 count.
Where do you think they take Roman Reigns booking for WrestleMania?
The Rock. I think it's the only avenue that they have. I think right now you've built up Roman Reigns, and rightfully so. He's the MVP of the WWE for the past year. Not the past year. The past 6 months. At least past 6 months. Everything he's done has been gold since he's been with Paul Heyman. I think you've booked him up to the point where he is in that upper level that you can't have anyone but a mega star take him out. So you don't need an up-and-comer to come take him out. You need like somebody to come back. And not Goldberg. You need somebody. The whole thing of his gimmick right now is he's the head of his table. He's subdued the Usos. He's conformed them to his, his loyal servants. They're not his servants, but like they're his loyal, family servants.
His minions.
They're his minions, but they're his family.
Yeah.
And he's beaten everybody at every cost, and he's become different than everything Roman Reigns, the Vince McMahon creation character that has been shoved down your throat. This is so much more organic.
Yeah.
So, and the whole thing with that head of the table, you can have him be like, I'm the head of the table. I've taken out everybody. I've done this.
I agree with you.
And then you have The Rock come back and be like, whoa. We've eaten at that same table.
But
you sure as hell ain't the head of it.
We need a live audience for this. We literally need a live audience.
Well, from what I told you tonight, Raymond James Stadium, I think, is supposed to get around half capacity. So, what do you think they hold? They hold, what, 80,000? Maybe 83?
Not that many. I don't think they hold that many. I don't think that... Well, this year would have been perfect to see if they can hold that many, seeing that they got the greatest quarterback of all time to ever play the game.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't
Yeah, look at the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl is going to have, not capacity, but I think they're up to half capacity, too. I don't know how many is going to be at the Super Bowl. At least 15,000 from what I know. So let's say even if you have 15,000 people in those stands, that's still going to be more organic, and it's going to give WrestleMania a really special feel. Like, I applaud them, and we said that. I applaud them for how they've booked and what they've done, and the Thunderdome was genius. I remember when Vince McMahon came out and announced the Thunderdome, I rolled my eyes and said, this is the stupidest thing I ever saw. But I'll tell you, the way that the cameras are shot, the way that the wrestling still moves, I think if you even ask the wrestlers, it helps them too. Yeah. It gives the illusion that there are people in the audience. And because it's got to be so much easier than wrestling in a quiet performance center.
Yeah. I think the Thunderdome was a breath of fresh air, even with the added crowd noise.
Yeah, and I think if you ask football players, as much as we roll our eyes at it, the piped-in crowd noise helps them focus too. It maintains an illusion. I think it really does. So, yeah, of course, if you get The Rock in Florida, money. Like, what other match could they pick bigger than Roman versus Rock? Nobody that I can think of.
They would need a baby face. I mean, well, they could do a unification with Drew.
I mean, you said Edge versus Roman, Spear versus Spear. And if they can't get The Rock...
But we haven't gotten there. We haven't gotten there yet.
Oh.
Well, spoiler alert. Well, we'll still get to the Royal Rumble, obviously.
Yeah, wow.
But yeah, Edge versus Roman, Spear versus Spear. Yeah. Legendary wrestler as a babyface versus, I guess, one of the hottest, or the hottest heel.
They both could be either or.
WWE has.
Edge could be your heel. He's so good. You know, I mean, they've always been good. Damn, I really fucked that one up.
Well, it happens.
But you know what? Hey, whatever. No, so other than Edge and Roman would not be as, like, I wouldn't mind it, because I'm sitting there going, do you get Edge versus Drew if you don't get The Rock? Or, like, who else? I don't want to see KO again. Styles is on Raw, right? So I don't know, what do you do? Jeff Hardy versus Roman? I mean...
No, you know what? I think that's the move. I think that's the move.
I think they're going with The Rock. And if I've been hearing correctly, there's been a lot of interviews lately where people have been asking The Rock about Roman, and The Rock's been talking about wanting to work with Roman. So the fact that he's talking about it, we're in the pandemic era. He's probably not filming as many movies right now. I think it all aligns that it. You already said he's a mountain of muscle for a man.
Oh yeah,
like he's in a phenomenal shape.
But Edge versus Roman, you can build that up now.
You could build it up now.
Edge is back.
Yeah, you could totally build it up now.
Speaking of which, speaking of Edge, I guess we'll just transition over to the Royal.
Well,
we Rumble now.
We gave our match thing. I said a 3 count all the way.
Oh yeah, 3 count all the way.
Yeah, it was really good. The ending was fantastic. The spots were good. Kevin Owens doing the swanton. I mean, the senton was really amazing.
The taunting about his grandfather.
Yeah, that was really good. I mean, Roman just plays a great heel, a great dickhead heel. So, yeah, no, 3 count all the way, and I would love to see The Rock versus him at WrestleMania. I hope it happens.